Kids makes. And today we're going to put together a pop-up birthday card with some hearts on the inside and some balloons on the outside. And we just used 4 sheets of cardstock and then some scrap pieces for these different hearts that are on the inside. And we're going to have a lot of fun putting this one together, so it's going to be pretty simple. So just before we get going making this craft, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Here we are in Cricut Design Space, and we're going to click on the upload button because we're going to upload 2 files. I've already uploaded mine. It's called Birthday Card Heart Popup 01 and Birthday Card Heart Popup 02. So we're simply going to select both of those and insert the images onto our canvas. Now they are going to come up black as normal. This is pretty normal, everything will come up black. It's nothing you've ever done. So to start, I'll click on this first one and change this color from black, maybe a nice pale color so I can see what's going on behind. Same with the second one, I want to change that from black and maybe we'll give it a light green. Now everything inside changed color, not to worry about it at this point. There are a number of cuts and things that we have to look after. So let's start with this small piece on this side. I am going to ungroup it. I'm going to click on the card itself, and you'll notice that it is grouped as well. If you come over here, it says Birthday Card Heart Pop-Up. I'm going to change this cut line right here. I want it to be a score line. That's the line that comes down the middle. I'll come over here to line type, click the down arrow, and then click on score. Now this is already grouped. When I click on either one, it'll select both of them. They're already grouped. I can also tell because it says ungroup up here. Now I want to make sure that those 2 pieces stay in place. So I have to come back down to the makeup panel here and click on attach. Now I am working on a desktop, so it may be a little different for you if you are on mobile. Now I'm just going to move that part of the card away. We don't need to deal with that anymore right now. Let's now work on the piece that says Birthday Wishes. Now the cut piece in behind, that is absolutely fine. That's all we're going to do with that. I'm just going to drag it out of the way. What we do have an issue with was this whole area of birthday wishes. Because we don't want them cut, we want them to be drawn. So what I'm going to do initially is take all of these together. I want to make them one item. I am going to group them first, and then I'm going to come down here to the Make It panel, and I'm going to click on Weld. Now that makes it one piece. When I click on it here, you'll see it shows as one piece as a cut. Let's change that. So let's go to the line type here, and let's make that a draw. And I don't want it to draw in black, so let's pick red. That's perfect. Now that is going to be drawn on top of this piece. If this piece lands on top of your birthday wishes so you can't see the words, just come over here to arrange, click the down arrow, and you can send it to the back. Now I want to center these 2 pieces together, so I select them both. I'm going to also come up to the top here where it says align. I'm going to center them horizontally. You saw it move just a little bit, and then I'm also going to click on align again, and I'm going to center it vertically. That means they are now dead center. So I'm going to select both together. I want to group them, so you see them in one group here on the layers panel, and I'm going to come down here and I am going to attach them. That is absolutely perfect. So now this piece will fit on top of the outside of the card. Now we have some other pieces that are over here. I'm going to take this one apart just so you can see. There's the outside of the balloon, there's the inside of the balloon, there's the balloon tail, and it also comes with an extra piece that we don't want to use. So I am actually going to click on the X to get rid of it, but I want all three of these pieces to be put together as one. So let's just drag this back on top here, and let's just put the little piece here. I'm going to select over all of these, and I'm going to click on attach. Actually, I should have welded it first. I'll weld it, but then it's also attached. I don't have to worry about the attach so much when it's welded. Now the same thing here, you know that there's going to be a little piece in behind here, so I'm just going to take the tail off and get rid of the inner piece with the X. Bring the tail back up so it's touching, not too bad. Select all three pieces and I'm going to weld them together. Now we have two balloons. Now we want the balloons to be cut out of either different colors, or we want to be something that's different than the outside of the card. So I'm going to select over all of these, and I'm just going to come up to line type, and I'm just going to change the color. That's so that they'll go on a different piece of paper. And when we get to make it, I'll show you how to take them apart so you can actually put different colors of paper there as well. So this is going to go on this, and I'm just going to take this whole thing here, and I'm just going to slide it slightly out of view so that we can start working on the main piece here. Now there's several things going on here. There are stars, which can be used for decoration. There's hearts for decoration. Actually, the hearts were going to be used to stack up. There's these little lids that fit on it. There's a cutout birthday and a couple of lines. So what I want to do to start is come up to the layers menu here and click on ungroup so everything comes apart. You'll see the stars are still together as a group, which is fine. We'll just leave those as is. I might just give them another color. So let's go an orangey color so that they can go on a different piece of paper. I do not want to attach them together. I want them just to come out on their own. Now all of these hearts are different objects. I want you to select 3 of these hearts, which means I can come up like this and select 3 hearts. Oh, I think I've got 3 here. No, I got 4. Okay, let's come over to the layers panel and select the first one. Hold down the shift key, select the second one and the third one, and then I am going to change their color to an orange. That is perfect. So we'll have 3 hearts in one color, and then I'm going to take the last 3 hearts here and I'm going to give them another color yet, and let's go bright red with those. And the reason I want the hearts in different colors is because we're going to stack them. When they go to be stacked together, they're going to go something like this on one set and something like this on another set, and then we're going to glue the bottoms so it fits into our pop-up. Now a couple other things. This line in the middle, you notice I've got a lot of cut lines here, and those 3 cut lines actually include the middle and these 2 edges here. Now those need to be changed to a score line. So let's come up to line type, click on score. If you click away, you can see that's exactly what you get. So now what I want to do is just select this bottom piece like this, because I don't want my 2 other pieces involved with it. I am going to group those together, and then I'm going to attach them. Now when I move it out of the way, you still see that you have the word birthday here, and it says cut, 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 cut. That is absolutely what we want to happen. These are going to be cut out inside. So everything here is all ready. We didn't have to make any other adjustments. Now we have one other group that we have to deal with. I'm just going to slide it out of the way, and you'll see that there's a line going straight across, and that line needs to be a score line. So let me hit Control Z to bring that back. I'm just going to click that inside line, come up to line type. I'm going to change that to score, and I'm going going to click on the line on the other side, also come up to line type and click on score. And then I'm just going to simply group these together, and I am going to attach them. Now they will cut down the middle, not a problem, because we want those to be separate. So now we have all the pieces that we've been working with. Just going to scroll down here a bit. We also have the balloons. They're all separate. That's perfect. Just want to make sure we got everything here. Another balloon, and then the inside of our card. Perfect. Everything is in order now, and that's all you need to do in Design Space, except now it is time to save it. And I'm just going to call this birthday card Heart Pop-Up and save it. Now we're going to get ready to make it. So let's just click on the Make It button. So here we are on where we're going to get things cut on the mat. So here's 3 of the hearts on 1 color paper. Now remember, when you're selecting your materials, you only need to put on a piece of paper that's 2 inches by 5 inches and just push it into that spot. And that's all the paper you need to cut. You don't have to put a large piece of paper. You can start using some of your scraps. The second mat, same thing. These are all the stars that'll go inside. You can make them any color you want. You only need a piece 2 inches by 9 inches that you would put on the mat. Third mat, same thing, 3 hearts, 2 inches by 5 inches. Now when we come to the inside card, you probably want to have something that's pretty pizzazzy for your cardstock. This is going to pop out, and the happy birthday is going to be cut inside of it. You just want to be able to see the red hearts on whatever color you choose. These 2 pieces are the pieces that are going to hang over the top here. So that all looks okay. They've got their score lines. Got 2 more to look at. This is the inside, actually this is the outside of the card in 1 color. And I left them both on the same mat because you're going to draw. I'm going to suggest you drag this one down to the bottom, and then you can cut this out of a different piece of material. So you would put on a piece of material that's 7 inches by say 10.5 inches here for one type of material or color, and a different one that would be, 3 inches by 5 inches here. And that's all you need for that particular one. And the last one is you're going to cut out your balloons. Now, if you want them in different pieces of paper, here's what I'm going to suggest you do. You can put one up in that corner, one up in that corner, and then you can spread these ones out. If I put that one around the middle of the 8-inch mark, so the edge is on the 7, and this one, say, the edge on the 4. What you can do is then put a piece of paper in for this one, 2 inches by 4, this one a couple inches wide by 3 inches deep, and same with these. Just so you have it covered in those areas, you can have 4 different colored balloons. And that's all there is to this one, so we are ready to go. So let's click on continue. And here's where we're going to set our material. I generally use a medium cardstock, but you could choose anything you want. You could use a light cardstock for these hearts because they have to stand up. Probably a medium cardstock. Same with the stars. You want them to adhere firmly. Hearts again. The inside of the card. Now, this particular one, I would use a heavier cardstock because it's going to be pop-up and it's going to be moving quite a bit. And of course the other part of the card, this one, you can use a lighter cardstock, and that's going to be on the outside, so you could use a lighter cardstock for that one. And of course for the balloons you can use any type of material you want. You just have to remember So if I set something for here, say I set glitter cardstock here, I have to remember when I come to the next mat, I have to come up here, material to set. I'm going to have to come up and make a change so it cuts on the right material. If you are using an Explore Air 2, make sure your dial is set to customize at all times, and then you can start choosing your material in the same way. Otherwise, it's going to do whatever's on the dial, and you'll have to remember to change it with each cut. It's so much easier to set it to customize and then make the changes here right in Design Space. So we are ready to cut, and as soon as we've got that done, we'll start putting it together, and I will see you on the other side. Well, we're all ready to put our pop-up card together, and it's going to be so simple and so much fun to do this. This is what I had done as a sample. It's just in a purple with some hearts with the stars on the outside that we had cut out. And of course on the outside are the birthday wishes and the balloons. I did not cut the balloons out in this one, but we're going to make a bit of a change when we go to make the one we're working on. I will just put that off to the side. Now, first thing you'll notice, your birthday wishes doesn't turn out so you can see it that well here. But that is okay because we are going to color that in. Now, if you have gel pens or something to that effect, you can color these in so easily. I have these jelly roll pens that I generally use to color things in. So you can really make it stand out. You can add glitter or whatever you need to do on here. And I'll just do a little bit of the one. I'm not going to color them all in right this second. But you can, make it glitter pen as well. I have this, what's something called a souffle. That'll put some beautiful color in there as well. But you will have to let it dry once you've got it all colored in. As you can see, it does puff right up. So I will color that in and be right back. Now that I've colored this in, I just used a metallic pen and some souffle, but I will have to let it dry before we can use it. And that's going to go on the outside of the card, along with some other decorations. But right now, what I want to concentrate on is the inside of the card. Now, if I bring this up, you will see the happy birthday is cut right out of it, and that's exactly what we want. And we're going to have this extend as a box. So then we're going to have to fold some score lines. There's some score lines right down the center, but you do not want to fold that one down the center. As you can see, I'm just bending this out, and you will find a score line right there in the center. So I'm just going to use my fingers and smooth that one out. Now, once I go to bend it, there are other score lines on the sides as well. So what we're going to do now is I've got those sides and the center. I'm going to push it down, and then I'm going to use my spatula tool here and just smooth them down. So now this is going to pop out when I open up the card, and you can see it just matches perfectly on the edge. If it sticks out too far, it'll be outside the card. Now that's the first part of it. We need some little sills as well, and we should have 2 of these pieces. They also have score lines. So you want to bend them back so that you have a rounded piece and a square piece. And you're going to do that for both of them. Now how this is going to work is these are going to be little sills. So I am going to glue these in place right here. So I'm going to put the rounded part inside and glue it here, and I'm going to do the same with the other one. In order to do that, I'm just going to use my little glue tape here. And just hold it in place. Now the goal here is I do want it to stick out a little bit. I will give it a better fold now that I've got it glued in place. I'm going to do the same thing with the next one. Glue on my mat here. hold it in place. And then we're going to make sure we can bend it right down. You want a little bit here, because what we're going to do is we're going to bring this hearts out like they are a plant in a planter. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. So I'll just set that aside. Now we have our hearts, and we're going to assemble our hearts together. So what I want to do is one, sort of one and one, and then the opposite on the other side. So one, one, and then back here on one. So we want to glue those together first, and then we're going to take them and glue them inside the card. Okay, let's start by just giving a little bit of glue to the top of one of the hearts here. Do the same for the other one. So now, when we close the card, when we open it up, the hearts will pop up. That is so sweet. Okay, so now we need to take care of the outside of the card. Now this is going to fit in this way. It is a smaller size because that's what we want. We want it to be smaller and to fit right in there. We're going to try and center this as much as possible. And we're going to glue this to the outside. I'm going to do that before I add my other decorations. So let's just take this apart. Closer to the edge. Maybe just do one or two that way. Okay. Close this. Now here's the more difficult part, because you want to center it. We don't want our balloon in there yet. So you really don't want to glue it right down until you can see it's kind of even top and bottom right at the center. That looks not too bad. And then we'll just flip that one over and glue it in place. It's just much easier to glue it before you put the embellishments in there. Now we had some stars that we had cut out. Now you have a choice if you want to add some stars on the inside. I think this is too busy in order to add stars on the inside, but we may consider adding them here. Now this is our birthday wish. This is going to sit on the outside of the card, and I think it's pretty well dry enough. I'll take a piece of paper and blot it just to make sure. Yeah, we're pretty dry. Make sure I got enough glue here. Yeah, still have some. Oh, we ran out. Okay, I'm going to use it a little different. I'm going to use some of the Tombow here. Add a little bit of glue on the outside edges. Add my greeting. Now we have some balloons that we are going to bring in here. So you can push them underneath like this if you want, and use some of these foam pads. I have a few foam pads here, and I think I will use them. Just going to need my scissors here. I'm going to cut those apart. Cut them into 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this one balloon, and I'm just going to stick the top part through. So it sticks out a little bit. I'm going to add a little glue to the bottom here. Very little. Decide I'm going to have this one go here, and then stick out as a balloon here. And there we have it, birthday wishes. And then a pop-up card. It's so cute. I hope you really enjoyed this one. I've decided not to use the stars on it. It would clutter it up too much. So I am actually quite happy with the way this has turned out. It is very beautiful, and then you can write your greeting on the inside if you wish. Well, I hope you had a lot of fun putting this one together with the balloons on the outside and of course the pop-up hearts on the inside. It was pretty easy to put together, and it just took 3 or 4 different colors of cardstock and of course a little bit of glue and a lot of imagination, and away we went. So I hope you enjoyed this craft, and one last thing before you go, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and happy crafting.